Welcome back to Fox 43 AM Live. Joining us now is Ernie Webb, author of the new book, Goodbye Butterfly. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm very excited to chat about books on the show. So I want to start out with Goodbye Butterfly. It's releasing soon. It said September 7th, right?
17th.
17th, okay. September 17th. And this book is years, if not, what, decades in the making for you. You know, how does it feel to kind of finally be on the verge of the release?
Very humbling, very exciting. I'm very excited to share this story because I don't think a lot of people outside of Shawnee County know about it. So it's been very rewarding to work on it for 8 years and to get to this point, and just extremely excited that people will get to see the book and get to learn more about Brenda Keller.
Yeah, so please, for our viewers out there, give us a little background on the book. What's the story all about? You know, what's the history that people may not be aware of?
Sure. Brenda Keller was a pastor's daughter from Dover, Kansas. And she was 12 years old when she was riding her bike on October 19th, 1991. And she was abducted and murdered by a man who should have been behind bars at the time. The book is her life story and also her impact on the community of Dover and her friends and family. It also delves into how the Kellers and the community relied on their faith to move on, persevere, and forgive the man who killed her.
Wow, that is a powerful, very powerful story. And talk about, like, what drew you to writing about this?
Yeah, I went to high school in Burlingame, Kansas. I was a sophomore at that time, and I didn't know Brenda Keller, which I think a lot of people assume I did, but I didn't. But two of my best friends from high school had transferred from Dover not long before this happened, and it really had a huge impact on them because they were friends with Brenda, so we talked about it quite a bit. I didn't think about it much after that until I got into college and her name came up again, and for some reason I was just drawn to the case, so I drove to Dover from Burlingame, was looking around trying to figure out where things happened, had no clue, ended up in the cemetery, found her headstone, which is one of the most prominent ones in the cemetery, and I stood there and kind of had a moment. I was 20 years old. I didn't think about it much at the time, but I kept visiting at least once a year after that for the next 20 years. And then it finally occurred to me after all that I really needed to write about Brenda Keller. And that's why I was drawn to the story. So it was kind of a higher power imploring me to write about her.
That is incredible. I know the feeling that you're talking about where, as an author myself, my wife as an author, we have some of the stories we hear, we come across that it impacts us so strongly that we need to, you know, get it out ourselves and to help share the story. So it's wonderful that you were able to get the book together, because that's no easy feat.
No, and really without the first step, I needed a project in graduate school to finish graduate school. And I realized, I was 41 at the time, I realized if I don't do this now, and it was January of 2017, I'm never going to do it. So the first step is I reached out to Bob Keller, her father, and he originally said, we're not ready yet. And I thought, well, it's been over 25 years. If you're not ready now, it's never going to happen. So I sent him an email, a longer email, to explain more in depth why I wanted to write about her. And within 4 hours, he had called me back and said, I just spoke to my mom, who was in her mid-80s at the time, and she said that you need to do this with this young man. So that's really where it started. And the more I delved into it, it was just a capstone project and a 30-page paper, but the more I researched it, the more I realized it was an amazing story and worthy of a book. And here we are almost 8 years later, and now it is a book.
Amazing. And yeah, talk a little bit about your experience meeting, you know, the Keller family and the people in Dover to put this book together.
Sure. The Keller family is incredible. They're some of the most amazing people I've ever met. They're incredibly kind. I think their faith and ability to forgive somebody who committed this murder and killed their daughter the way he did, Bob forgave him within a few days of this happening, and talked about it at the funeral and said, you know, God's mercy is available to anybody, including the man that killed my daughter. So the Kellers are just incredible people. They gave me amazing access to this story, and I can't possibly thank them enough for allowing me to tell this story.
Amazing. And now, September 17th, got the book coming out. What's on the horizon for you next?
Well, of course, my full-time job at Washburn, which I love as a director of marketing, but I've always wanted to write about my father, who passed away in 2019, and the book is partially dedicated to my dad. So I will write a book about him. He has an incredible life story, and I've always wanted to tell it, so that'll be the next step for me.
All right. Looking forward to checking out Goodbye Butterfly. Looking forward to checking out the new book as well. I think your mother might like the new book, I would imagine. I want to give her a little shout out. She's a fan of the show.
Hi, Mom.
Well, Ernie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been such a pleasure talking with you. I'm excited to check out your book. And everyone, please go to Ernie Webb, III.com to read the first chapter and to order the rest of the book today.
Thank you very much.
All right, everybody.